Samaran. I just wanted to say condolences to, is it the Muramacha family? The murder of U Tsiamo and U Sisi U Belesang. Apologies for the name. Yeah, another femicide happening in this country. We've lost count of the number of our sisters that have been murdered. Yeah, the crazy rates, obviously the suspect is Utebo Khomnisi. I think he 38. The victims are 21 and 22, if I'm not mistaken, found dead in the streets of Mamelodi, Pretoria. Like what do we say? Like what do we say? It reminds us of the how many stories that we've heard over the years, whether it was Uyinene or whether it was Okarabo or who was the lady that passed away this year? Let me look for it. I wrote it down somewhere. Olorato. There's too many. There's too many. You won't remember all the names of Osisbete that have been murdered and killed with this femicide that we have. GBV. Azim, I'm having a great chat here with the old lady, and I'm just trying to understand, like, from how she was brought up and how GBV wasn't illegal. I guess back in the 70s and in the 80s, or it was, I don't know, but it wasn't. It was more normalized. Whereas now there's real consequences of GBV, and physical assault, and just trying to understand her world and in difference to our current world. And I'm trying to unpack to her, why I believe this is happening. Guys, we live in a fucking violent world. Like, the world we live in is so violent. Yes, there's GBV in South Africa. Yes, there's femicide. There's murders. There's, like, you think about your Americas of the world that are supplying bombs all over for people to die. If you look at what's happening with Israel and Gaza, innocent people are getting bombed and killed every day in the thousands. In Russia, in Ukraine, you name it. In Yemen, in Syria, in Sudan, in DRC. Innocent people. The world is violent. And here's the fucked up thing, because you have these most violent people, and then you have our leaders that sign off on the bombings that say, diplomacy, talk, engage with people. You guys are killing thousands of people daily with bombs and this and that all over the world, and yet you have the audacity to stand in front of us and say, violence is never an answer. It's not. I remember growing up, I knew of this judge, and this judge, like, the one time he beat up his son so bad, like, his son is showing us all these marks on his back with Shambok and Vubu. And I'm like, this is a judge. This is a judge who understands that child abuse is a real thing. This is a judge who says hitting your child is illegal, yet he Shambok the shit out of his child. The number of people that sit in front of the camera like me, the number of influencers, the number of celebrities, politicians, whatever you name, that, oh, GBV is so wrong. Oh, will you never touch her? I was listening to some political guy saying, no matter what, you can't do. As we as a people, as a society, we are the biggest fucking liars. Like, our sisters are dying, getting beat up on the daily. And instead of us trying to figure out really what the problem is, we're going to just spew garbage. We're going to listen to more garbage after more garbage of our politicians, of our fathers, of our this, of our aunts, just talking shit, because no one wants to actually say and call a spade a spade. Human beings are violent. Animals are violent. I've got a 1-year-old son. Watching him picking up things and smashing it everywhere just tells me how innately violent this guy is. We were feeding pigeons earlier outside in the garden and watching the pigeons going at each other. I'm like, the 1-year-old is as violent as these pigeons, as violent as me. Human beings are fucking violent. And I know if another man challenged me, I'd be violent back. And if I challenge another man, they'd be violent. But there's a disconnect when it comes to brothers and sisters. There's a level of honesty and a point of discussion that we're not having. And I know, Guti, this part now might be taken out of context. And I apologize for those people that struggle with listening and processing. But we need to also start asking why. Why are these things happening? I get it. Men are animals. Men are dogs. Men are this. Perfect. Let's agree on that. But why is GBV happening more and more? Why is more females getting beat down? Why did Chris Brown fuck up Rihanna? What did Rihanna? Doesn't matter what Rihanna said. Yes, it does. It really, really does. And it doesn't mean, Uguti, now we need to feel sorry for Chris Brown. It doesn't mean now that Chris Brown is off the hook. Chris Brown needs to have his own consequences for assaulting that poor woman. But I'm trying to understand what she said, what she did, so that the rest of us can learn to not do that. If I'm walking down the street and I see a group of guys just punishing another guy, I want to know, what did that guy do to attract so much violence and so much assault? I'm not saying that other people are right. That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to understand so that I don't do that. When I see prisoners in prison, I know that they stole, I know they raped, I know they did wow. Therefore, I won't do it because I don't want to be in that space. If I see Rihanna's face all blue and what, I'm like, I don't want to be all blue and stuff. What must I prevent? Do sisters sit in the most chaotic time that I can remember, with the highest levels of GBV and the highest levels of femicide, do they ever sit and say, how can I minimize the chance? Yes, you can always be an Olerato who was just a victim and is innocent in every way, or you can be Oinene, again, another victim. There's thousands of victims, but there's also people that I feel could have moved out of certain spaces. I know what I can get mugged anyway. I know this. I can get hurt anyway. But I know what depending on where I am, it gets worse. If I'm in Hillbrow at night by myself, there's a higher chance. There's a higher chance of me getting mugged. I know what if I'm in Newville at night, there's a higher chance than if I'm walking around my neighborhood at night. Not saying that my neighborhood is perfect. It's not, because there's so many sisters who get beat up for nothing, who get killed for nothing. There's so many sisters. But then again, there's stories like Osbosisa Lawrence, who was saying, Wuti, she cheated on me. Who was saying, Wuti, she got pregnant by another man. Who was saying, this is where my anger was and this is where my pain come, and therefore I lost control. Did what he do right? No. No. I'm not disputing or justifying the evilness that he did. I'm trying to say he's giving a reason, a level what we all as society deem as immoral by her. We all can agree as society that cheating on your partner is immoral. We can agree on this. We can agree that cheating on your partner is immoral. Are there any consequences? No. It's meant to be the victim who got cheated on. They must just walk away. Stealing, there's consequence. Assaulting, there's consequence. All these other things, there's consequence. Cheating, there's no consequence. Oh, you get half his shit. Look, we can break up amicably and you can still half my shit. Oh, then leave her so that people leave for whatever reason. I'm talking the immoral act. If I steal, regardless, there is a legal consequence. But if I cheat, there isn't. There isn't a legal consequence. It is beyond painful. It's beyond psychologically and emotionally abusive. But it happens all the time. And then when we hear these stories, we would say, oh, he found out that he cheated, then we say, oh, there's no reason. I'm not saying what he did is right. Assault is illegal. And ukshaya, a man or a woman, you need to go to prison. Hold on to that. Assault is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. And there is and should be great consequences for your assault. Now we understand why the person got assaulted. Because of an immoral act. Because of an immoral act. Our sisters this weekend will be out in different bars. Phuzwa imali yabantu. Yes, no one is entitled to your body. Fuck, no one's entitled to my body. No one's entitled to nobody's body. But I know what that comes with a level of respect. Which if I'm out, I need to carry myself with a level of fucking decorum and I don't know. There's an etiquette about this. If a mate of mine comes and he says, "Hey bro, I just got you a beer," I need to be respectful. I need to be kind. "Hey, thank you so much, bro." Have a chat. If he then starts saying, "Hey bro, I've got you a bottle," I know university, that means I need to come and sit at his table as a gent and chat the whole night. And I know what he'll want my time. He'll want my energy. And if then he says he wants my bum, I say, I'll pay for my own drink. My bum is for me and the bathroom. So I'll pay for my own drinks. I understand the world. I understand there's nothing for free in this world. I get that. I know when someone gives me money or someone gives me, I know there'll be a cost to that. I grew up knowing if my mom makes me a cup of tea, I knew somewhere down the line I'll be asked to fucking wash the car or ngundu chani. Out of nothing comes nothing. I knew there was a cost to it. This very weekend, our sisters are going to be going out, but Puzimal Zaband. She might even have a boyfriend somewhere else. That is immoral, guys. That is the reason why I'm saying it's immoral is because you know what you're doing. You know that you're going to be deleting WhatsApps and hiding. You know should you not want to leave with this guy, you're going to pretend like there's an emergency and duck via the via. You know what you're doing is wrong and immoral. Again, I want to stress, no one is entitled to your body, ever. No one is entitled to your body. And I'm stressing the fact that any assault is illegal and there should be consequence. I'm also trying to understand why the levels of femicide and GBV are getting higher and higher and higher. I'm trying to, the same way that we're trying to understand why is it this country's the murder is getting worse. We're trying to align it. Is it economical frustrations? Is it this? We're just trying to understand. We're not saying murder is right. We're not saying theft and criminality is right. I'm saying all those things are wrong and should be treated as the worst crimes. As the worst crimes. I'm trying to understand why. Why is this happening? Why is this getting worse? But men are evil. Men are just perfect. Why? Men can't control their emotions. Men are so insecure. Perfect. Why? You understand? Why is it that men are like this? Then let's try and solve for that. Because if we don't solve for that, GBV gets higher. So yes, you might be right. Men are evil. Men are emotional. Men are insecure. If we don't solve for this, you guys, females, will get killed worse and worse and worse and worse. Let's solve the root problem. If it's a matter of some of the sisters about Shaiwa is because by a favor, because by can we solve that so that we can minimize? I know what as guys, most of the time when guys fight, it has to do with disrespect. I felt disrespected. Then the gents fight. Even with sisters, I've seen thousands. I used to be a bouncer. Also, you mess each other up all the time in clubs. Why? Disrespect. But for some reason, we live in an equal world. Oh, we must be equal in every way. Everything that a man can do, a woman can do. We are equal in every way. But when there's physical violence amongst the two genders, then all of a sudden, no, traditionalist, a good man. No. In every other space, we need to be equal. Every other space according to the law. But now all of a sudden, societal, no. We hypocrites as society. We're not having these real conversations. We're not sitting down and truly unpacking. And yes, it's painful. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want my sisters to get hurt. I don't want my brothers to get hurt. I don't want anyone to get hurt. Of course, I don't want anyone to get hurt. And should anyone assault, Samba said, police station, so fully case. Because no one is entitled to anyone's body. I want to reassure that. I'm just trying to understand why. Why are these things happening? And why is it that people, the politicians, the celebrities, the everyday man is standing when he's not involved in it? When it's not him who beat up his wife, when it's not him who cheated, then they can sit and, yeah, hey, I don't understand. Hey, that's so wrong, man. Hey, oh, yo, that guy, yo, hitting a woman. But in this case, better than thou. It's like seeing sisters once they get into serious relationships and they really care about their partners, then they're going around judging other girls that are drinking other men's money. Hey, bet you were doing this not too long ago. So you knew that it was wrong. You know it's wrong. And should this relationship not work, you're going to be one of those bitches back in the streets doing the same shit. Again, guys, I'm not justifying violence. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying it's the opposite of that. I understand violence and crime can happen everywhere. I'm trying to find a way to lower this thing. It will never go away. Human beings are violent. I'm trying to find a way to lower it. There's thousands of stories of our sisters who did nothing wrong and they got abused. Our sisters that did nothing wrong and they got murdered. Same as guys. There's so many guys that do nothing wrong and get murdered. I'm saying in spaces where you can prevent it, in times where you can do something about it, what are those things? How do you unpack and have these conversations, as painful as they may be? Yo, guys, please let me know in the comments below. I know some of you guys didn't hear what I was trying to say. I know some of you guys, because you're going to get sound bites, whatever. That can be tiring, but I hope for those that actually did hear and actually can think of solutions, just for us to start and respectfully have these conversations, because it is getting horrible, it is getting worse and worse, and we're trying to find a way to just make society better. But share this video far and wide. Let's start these conversations. Let's heal our society. Let's heal our communities. Let's heal our families. Guys, please like, subscribe, notification bell, all those amazing things. Have a fantastic day. And Sanda.